Alright, so the next couple of things we're going to get up to is curtains. Trying to decide what else to do with these windows. We're going to fill these up with something. We're going to do a vase as well. So get this done, and then a little bit of texturing, a little bit of lighting. Don't know if these lamps are going to be part of it or not. So let's come into here and go new. So a vase. Let's start here, and let's go for a circular base. About 200, no, 200's awfully big. 150 diameter. Let's go into my origin, let's find that plane, and then let's go up with an offset plane. And go up 100. Make this my 2D sketch. And go for something rectangular. Off to the side like this. Another plane, offset plane. Now obviously with a vase we're really not too concerned about accuracy. Let's try another circle. And then we will loft from here to here to here. See what that looks like. We will then shell this. And we're going to remove the top face, no, not that face, although that does look interesting. We're going to shell from the top. We're going to give it a thickness of, I'd like to give it a really big thickness, but I don't know if it'll let me. Oh, it does. And then we want something vaguely see-through. Let's try Autodesks. Sort of frosted glass could be interesting. I could make this solid, but I certainly don't like frosted glass. And I certainly want to fillet a few bits here. Let's try and fillet the feature. I'm almost certain it will not let me do this, but I'd like to try. Oh no, no problem at all. Now, if that wasn't upside down, I probably would have just kept it, but never mind. Now, I could spend a bit of time getting this lined up, but I'm really not going to. Let's get your friend upside down. And for neither one of these do I want to see those work planes. So let's see how this renders or am I going to put a few more details in? No, I better just check very quickly. So I'm upping this, so I think I'm going to try knocking this to 6.4. High is good, that's fine. So I've been using 32 at least. Let's see where we get to with this. Really trying to decide whether I'm going to bother putting a lip in here or some details, some wooden details sticking out here, but I don't think I will. I think I'll put something in the shelves. I don't think it needs anything else. This actually looks like a mirror, which I'm not unhappy with. So that's 64 iterations. Let's try more. I think I'm going to set my default to 128. But that does not make me unhappy at all. Now, what were you looking at next? So, trying to decide about some sort of curtains here and how on earth I'm going to make this. So would really help to know what that distance was, because I think it was something like 2.2. Okay, so that's 2.5. So if I make mine about 2.4, it'll give me 50 either side. 2.3 will give me 100 either side. I think I'll go for 2.3. So let's go back to here and my part and start sketching onto here. Now making this round is just boring. Am I going to go for circle? I don't want it ellipse. There's nothing wrong with making it round, it's just that's what the common one is. I'm awfully tempted with a polygon. That's just going to make life difficult. Let's go for circular. Now, just in my head, 100's pretty big. Let's go for 80 diameter. And we said 300. And okay, this is going to be metallic steel. Ooh, titanium. Always want to use titanium. Probably not very sensible, but I like it. I could pattern the ends. I'll probably will. Now, I'm also looking to build what's going to stick onto the wall, and I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to do it from here. I think I will, because it's quicker. Now, I want 2 of these. Just trying to think about the sensible way of approaching this. So, normally the way this would work, there'd be some sort of hook that this would sit on, or some sort of cylinder with a cut through it that it slots through. So I quite like the idea of a hook. So let's go for... Yeah, I don't want this sketch. This sketch is no use to me at the moment. Delete. Let us take a plane from here. And we're going to go minus 200. That looks pretty much what I want. And let's put a circle in there. Let's project the geometry of the existing cylinder. So let's draw that, which I just did already. Let's go this to 110. And let's extrude this out by 30. Hook, cylinder, hook, cylinder. Let's go for the cylinder. Go for the easy option. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in the middle. Now I'm just going to have one either side. So now I'm going to put in this plane that I was going to do earlier, the YZ plane. And let's put a circle in here. And going to go into view and see the slice graphic. 185 looked very much correct, so I'm going to go with that. This is too big for that, so ten is far too small because it looks stupid. 20. And we'll set this out 100. Now be very aware at this point that what we're modelling will never be seen. But it makes us happy, so we continue on. This will be behind everything else. You'd have to have a very odd render for this to ever make any difference. 80. Like 20. Let's put a chamfer on that. 10. Of 5. That's happy. Let's put it on here and here. Let's just check those two don't collide. The chamfer in that edge. Awfully close, let's make it 3. And let's chamfer this, and that should do. Tick. Could mirror the whole lot, which would be the most sensible, so let's go for mirror from this surface to this one. Did that wrong. Mirror plane, this one to the end. Why are you over here? Now, in fact, what's even more sensible is take this extrusion and make this 650. See if it wrecks the rest of it. Yes, it does, because I did something very foolish. Well, that's because I can't count. So it's actually, half is 1,150. Okay, so I was close. Now, if we mirror, the features I want are everything. So I'm holding control and touching all these. Mirror plane there. Okay. That looks fairly decent. Let's just take the work plane and make it invisible. Save this as pull. Check the time. So I don't know if we'll have enough time to put the curtains in, but we should be able to place this, no problem. So let's open up our video. Place the pull. Open. Where are you going? Aha. So, escape. Constrain you to careful. Why is this being a pain? Okay, apply. No. Pull is not being helpful and going in the direction I would like it to. So we're going to have to start being sneaky. This. Yes. Now, I should be able to get away with a 100 offset if I did my mathematics correctly, which, going by today, is almost certainly no. No, that doesn't look too bad. Height-wise, I'm going to cheat and leave it there for the moment. If I was being fussy, I would possibly make this, I made this 80, I might make this 60. But if I go and change that now, a whole bunch of things are going to be wrecked, so I'm not going to. Another thing to really wake up about here is the fact that almost all that pole is going to be hidden by the time I get the renderer up and running. Even just the hint of it being there is enough. Yeah, that's fine. So, the bravery of curtains. I might even put slats across this. That's even more of a pain. And I don't think it'll really suit what I'm doing here. So no, I think just curtains will be enough. Yeah, that's fine. It's looking like I expected it to. I need some books for here, I need something else. The problem with my current view is I think this is actually going to have to move over very slightly. So you need to move that way. I think I did what I did before and I didn't actually do the move, so move. Okay, let's see if that works. That's probably better. Putting a blanket on here is going to be a little bit brave. It's not really what Inventor is great at. I think I'm just going to go for the curtains for the moment. So, curtain. Let's make a mess of this in the last few minutes. So, start on this plane here. Let's try. So, I'm just going to do a rectangle to figure out my vague scale. So, I want this to be about 200 by around about 350. And these are all going to be construction. No, don't finish sketch. Yes, all of your construction. Yes. So the next thing, actually a bit longer. Let's go 450. Okay. So the next thing I want is to do an arc or 3 or 5 in here. If you were listening, I did say I was going to make a mess of this, so don't laugh when it goes wrong. No, not like that. Also bear in mind you're really not going to see very much of this. I do not want you to be construction, I do not want you to be construction, I do not want you to be construction, so stop being construction, silly Inventor. I wonder if I can offset that. Oh yes, here we go. Now we need to close these up. Doesn't matter if it goes over the construction, that's what the construction's there for. Okay, so height wise, probably about, I'm guessing 700, but I have no idea. We can change that if we have to. It's probably actually going to be bigger than 700. What is my height there? I think that's 1.2, so we maybe want this 1.4. So let's go up, and we're going to do this in stages. So let's go up. If we're going to 1.2, let's make this 400. Let's take this geometry and mess with it. Please move. So this is not moving as I wished, so let's just delete you. Let's try the move again. Let's do that. No, let's do that. Base point there. Done. Finish sketch. No. So, sketch 2 deletes these. This will just take a bit longer than my first plot. So what I'm trying to do is make something similar to what's below it, but not the same by any means. Let's do the end. Now this is going to be the back, so really nobody's going to see this. At least I hope they won't see it because it looks awful. And now one more. So we're going 400. Now the only thing I can say about this type of thing is it takes a bit of practice and it's going to look awful sometimes. So don't get too caught up in why you did or didn't get it right. Just try it a bunch of times until you get something. Because I'm not convinced this is going to look amazing, but I'm willing to have a look. So let's loft these. Okay, that's fine, but this needs to be much, much smaller. Which I should have expected. So, Control Z. Let's actually delete both of these. Sketch 4, delete. Sketch 3, delete. Start another sketch on there. So this needs to be smaller for it to look even vaguely right, which I really should have expected. Again, this is going to be the back of it. Now I say this is going to be the back of it. If I'm sneaky, I'll actually turn this around and use this for the second curtain, and that way they won't look the same. So the back of one of the curtains is actually going to be the front of the other one, because it saves the amount of work I have to do and still looks pretty decent. Let's put a sketch, whoopsie daisy, let's put another sketch on here. And this is the longest video yet, which was by accident, so I have to finish this one here, and we're going to build these on the next video. Once I've lofted this one. There we go. So let's loft from top to bottom this time. Doesn't matter which way as long as you go top to bottom or bottom to top. And that actually looks like a pretty decent curtain. This could still be smaller at the top, but I'm willing to experiment. Let's take the work planes off and save this as curtain. And in the next video we're going to go and play with this and fix a few things.